Welcome to AIO Tech Studio. In this tutorial, we will see how to dynamically highlight a graph using some Excel tricks. For that, we will be taking three examples in this tutorial. In the first example, we will see how to dynamically highlight the biggest and the smallest bar. So if the data changes, the chart responds to it. In the second example, we will take a line graph and dynamically highlight the highest and the lowest point. We will also label these points. And the final example for this tutorial is the endpoint, where we'll be data labeling only the endpoint in the chart. But before we start this tutorial, here is our intro. If you are finding us for the first time, do subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video. For the purpose of this tutorial, I have prepared a month-wise report for unit sales of a company. I also have a year selector on the top of the report. This report comes from the dataset in the datasheet. The whole idea is to have a variable dataset for the chart. To insert a dynamic chart, let's first insert a basic 2D clustered bar chart. Let's reposition and resize this chart. I will add the data labels and also select the series and change the fill color. But before we see how to highlight a biggest and the smallest bar, let's see how we can highlight a single bar graph. With the series selected, just select any of the single bar. Now with the single bar selected, to highlight this bar, just go to the Format tab and change its fill color. So now the month of August bar has been highlighted. So even if the data changes, the August month bar will keep on highlighting. But our aim is to dynamically highlight the biggest and the smallest bar. So first we will undo the fill color of the single month and make a support column max and min. So now in the max column we'll write a formula if the adjacent cell B6 is equal to max the entire column of unit. We'll log the reference by pressing the FO key, close the bracket. If it is true, then the value from B6 cell, otherwise it should be 0. Now the same formula I'll copy from the max column and I'll paste it in the min column. But here instead of max, I will write min. And both the formula I will copy it down. So with this trick I am getting the max and the min value in the same row. So let's test our formula. Now I am getting the max value in the first row. So now the next step is to extend the data source of the chart. For that we'll select the chart and drag and extend the data source. Next we will go to the Format tab, select the max series and change its fill color. We will remove the data labels from the max series. Same way we will go to the min series and change its fill color and also remove the data label. And the final step is to overlay the bars. For that we will select the series and right click on it and select Format Data Series. For series overlap, we will drag the slider to the right to make it 100% and we'll close this box. So now we have made a dynamic highlighted graph. Let's test it out. So now let's move on to the next example. In this example of line graph, we will highlight the highest and the lowest point on the line graph. We will also label only these 2 points. So for this example, I will insert a 2D line chart with markers. Let's increase its size. Now we will use the same technique which we had used in the previous example. We will add two support column, max and min. We will use the same if formula as we have used in the previous example. So if open bracket B6 equal to max of all the unit column, again log the reference using the F4 key, and if it is true then the value from B6. Now here is the difference. In the false we will not write 0 but we will write NA, since we need our label also to be dynamic. And for the min column we will copy the formula from the max and paste it in the min column. But instead of max we will change it to min. Now we will copy both the formula down. Now the next step is to extend the data source for the chart. So we'll select the chart and extend its range. We already have a max point and the min point plotted on the chart, but we'll do some formatting to it. For that we'll go to the format tab and select series max. We will change the fill color to green and add the data label above. We'll select the data labels and also give it a green color. Same way we'll format the min points and add the data labels to it. So with the min point selected, we'll give it a red color and add the data labels, but this time the data label will be below the points. We'll again select the min data labels and change it to red color. So now let's test this example. So we have got the max point and also the min point. Now let's move to the final example of this tutorial. In this example, the aim is to have a data label at the end point of the line chart. For that, I have taken a data set which is an official Excel table. The Excel table helps us to extend the range. As in the previous example, we will again add a support column named endpoint. And in the first cell of the endpoint column, we will add this formula. If row number is equal to max row number of the unit column, we'll close the bracket for the rows, we'll close the bracket for the max. If it is true, we will have the relative units. Otherwise, in the false, we will write NA. And we'll close the if bracket. So we will get the last value in the table. And now the final step is to add the data label for the endpoints. For that, we'll go to the format tab and select the series endpoint. We will add the data labels on the right side. So we have achieved the endpoint labeling. Let's test it out. I hope you like this video. Give this video a thumbs up. Give your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Also share this video with your friends.